is going on? Welcome back to First Snow. As you can see, this is the opening screen. We have yet to load the game. I've been listening to this opening song for such a long time now. Um, is it loud enough? Is it? Ooh, yeah, like that, baby. There we go. I love how the city's blurry. Gotta love that. Love a good blurry city, really.
Well, well, the last final of the semester now over. I'm ready to go home and to see Eileen one last time before she leaves for Colorado.
Hey! The loud voice from behind makes me jump in startlement. Startlement? Startlement. Is that is that a made up word? Are we trying to make that a thing like fetch? Fetch this little dog? Oh, Caprice, hey! My heart slowly moves out of my throat, with Caprice and I starting off together toward the art club. I had considered asking Eileen if we could walk to I had considered asking Eileen if we could walk back to her apartment together instead, but I couldn't leave without saying my goodbyes to Caprice and Wallace if I could find him. What brings you to my class anyway? Millie wasn't around, so I got lonely. So I'm the second choice, huh? Well, at least I can be around for her. You two really are close, aren't you? Yep, we grew up together and now we even live together. Millie and me and Haley. She's our other friend. We take good care of each other. There really are all kinds of relationships. It's so different from high school, where everyone was neatly organized into friends, classmates, or strangers, and we all just lived with our parents. Do you have a roommate? What are they like? I live with a family friend. She's nice, even if she looks a bit rough. I have the apartment to myself a lot, though. The statement seems to give Caprice food for thought. You shouldn't look so tired. School's finally over for the year. And that's why we're having an extra special art club meeting! Extra special? Extra special pizza sausage sauce? You'll see what I mean! I have a feeling she's not talking about extra special sausage sauce. I still can't decide if I like that spontaneity of hers, really. It's endearing, but there's no sense of stability without the extra special sausage sauce. Ugh. As we head towards the arts building, we spot Eileen just outside. Bow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow. Busy huffing into her hands and rubbing them together as she pulls out a fucking joint for the third time this week. It takes a moment for her to notice us. Eileen, hi. As she looks up in my direction, I notice her shoulders relax a little. It wasn't long ago that I only ever saw Eileen tense and on guard, but now she reflexively relaxes whenever around me. It's nice. For her part, Caprice just bowels. For her part, Caprice just bowls on ahead without a care in the world. Hey! Eileen tenses right back up as she sees my companion, the moment lost. Still, I am left rather happy at the effect I have on Eileen, whether she notices it or not. Afternoon, you two. Caprice, why are you looking at me like that? It's creeping me out. Caprice grabs onto both our shoulders and, to my surprise, directs us away from the arts building. We've had a change of plans. Do I get a say in this? Once again, Caprice either doesn't hear or he chooses to ignore the question. Oh! By the time we arrive at my apartment and shirk our coats, it's already dark enough to flick the lights on as we enter. Apart from the sound of passing cars, the only sounds are Caprice's exaggerated sounds of thoughtful inspection. Sounds. Eileen raises an eyebrow as Caprice whips out her sound to take a sound for posterity, the item disappearing into her pants pocket almost as quickly as it appeared. Will you just leave that thing? You've been fiddling with your phone on the way here more than Allison does. Hey. Well, it's true. Sorry, I was looking at memes on Reddit. What the heck, dude? I was getting banned from a moderator. God, I love that, dude. It's my fucking.
Alright guys, I'm looking at this Facebook meme right here and it says, all hands no powers, who's winning? And it's Naruto, Luffy, Ichigo, and Natsu from Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, and Fairy Tail. But Ichigo is in hollow mode. So that doesn't fucking count! Shit!
Also, like my computer crashed, so let's do that shit again, gamers. Yeah. With a gulp, I gingerly pressed the doorbell beside the solid oaken door, quickly brushing my clothes with my hands afterwards to look as presentable as possible. Even as muffled footsteps approach, I'm trying to flick a little snow from my hair. As Eileen opens the door, I'm greeted by a warm smile. That reflexive reaction at the sight of me makes me feel better already. Ooh, I can just smell the single-family home. I can just smell, like, the rug. There's a dog somewhere. The mom is always putting lotion on her hands. Fancy seeing you here. I made it in the end. Enjoy the bike ride? Yeah, it was great. I don't think I managed to make that very convincing. Looking at each other, I think we both realize we're just making small talk. She leans forward, the two of us sharing a momentary kiss before she nods for me to come in. It's strange how such a simple action can feel so nice every time, my heart skipping even from the most gentle peck.
Ooh. Don't say the P word so lightly.
I obediently followed her inside, closing the door behind me as I do. Dad, she's he. Eileen's cut off by the sound of a lolly running inside, of socked footsteps on carpet rapidly approaching. A small figure suddenly skips around the corner of the stairs and out into the entranceway, nearly barreling straight into Eileen before stopping herself. With both of us taken by surprise, the small girl examines me. Likely around 10 by the looks of her, it's difficult not to see a bit of Eileen in her face. Hello there. She quickly shuffles behind Eileen in response, her apprehensive face peering out from safely. Habibah. Her apprehensive face peering out from the safety. Eileen just gives a sigh in response. Welcome to the family.
Sweet. Sweet.
The smell of freshly cooked chicken wafts in the air.
Sweet.
The skin still steaming away with an appetizing glint. The line of plates down the center of the table hardly lacks for sides, either with potato salad, coleslaw, lettuce, and other greens. While I'm thankful for the luxurious dinner before me, it's a rather quick introduction to her family. I can't help but feel intimidated when surrounded by everyone at once. With her father already preparing dinner as Eileen let me in, and her mother arriving from work only soon after, it was unavoidable. That being the case, here we all are, gathered around one big table. While not exactly a mansion, it's obvious Eileen's family lives very comfortably. I'd probably be green with envy at how well off they are, if not for being so self-conscious of how to act in front of them. Yo, honestly though, I mean, that kind of makes sense. Weren't we expecting that? Because Eileen literally is a girl who's just like, who has the, I would imagine the socioeconomic liberty to be like, I'm just gonna fucking, like, bust off to, like, Utah. It's fine. Go to a community college in a whole other state, no big deal.
I suppose some proper introductions are in order now that we're all together. I'm Eileen's father, Andrew, and this is my lovely wife, Elizabeth. As you can see.
A pleasure. And you would be Allison? Oh, yes, Allison Merlot. But, like, missing the T. And what kind of wine are they drinking, I wonder? That's an odd magenta color. My nerves seem to amuse her father as he gives a reassuring smile.
This isn't a job interview. You can relax. I remember my first job interview. I rejected the candidate.
Right, yeah, sorry. I let out a long breath to try and relax a little, though it doesn't really work.
Well, now let's dig in. I'm no chef, but hopefully the food shouldn't give you poisoning.
Smiling politely at his attempt to lighten the mood, I start to idle this and that from the large plates. My mouth's already watering at the prospect of so much wonderful smelling food. Rose might be many things, but she isn't a cook herself. Satisfied with my selection of meat and salads, I pile some potato salad onto my fork and tentatively have a taste. My reactions seem to draw some smiles as I make progress on the meal, but I'm so enamored with the food, I can't help but keep making more progress. It's nice to see Eileen's already made some friends in college. A brief panic comes over me as I realize we haven't talked this over. Is she out to her parents? Are we going to play this as simply friends? As I mull over how to handle things, Eileen's voice cuts through. Allison's my girlfriend. I probably should have mentioned that earlier. Everything seems to stop for a moment.
Oh, it's gonna be like that, is it? Oh.
Eileen closes her eyes, our lips meeting for one brief moment. As I pull back, the two of us look at each other and smile, partly from happiness and partly from our sheepishness. It's going to be a while before this comes naturally, I guess. As I watch her, though, Eileen's face slowly collapses into frustration. What's wrong?
Oh boy.
Everything's wrong. Eileen makes no secret of her displeasure as she sighs and takes to her feet, confronting the small and very unhappy girl before us. It stings to be so close, only to be interrupted. Eve. Eileen's sister takes little notice, directing her pouting towards the object of her annoyance, me. She's my sister. I finally get to play with Eileen after so long, and you keep hogging her. Wanna play, do you? Eileen flits behind Eve while she's busy ranting at me, bringing her arms around the child's midsection. Well, wait a minute. FBI! Unable to make sense of the girl suddenly lunging at me, both of us are sent falling backward into the soft mattress. What is this? Why is she, like, looking past her? It takes a couple of seconds to collect myself and work what's happened, time seeming to stop as I'm left staring upwards at the pair of emerald eyes above me. I'm pinned, I think. A brief attempt to right myself ends in little more than a couple of weak jerks, Eileen holding my arms to the thick sheets with her body weight. Silence reigns, my vision filled with her face looking downwards. I have no idea what to say as my heart beats wildly in my chest, yet she doesn't say a word. Eileen, what are you? I missed you. How am I supposed to respond to that? Were her face any different, I'd think it an invitation, but there's a sincerity there that takes me off guard. She literally looks like she's like, what is this? Like, you're looking at her, Allison's looking at her, but she's like looking past her. I wonder how often I've seen her face, or anyone's from this close and for so long. I can't help but stare upwards, trying my best to read that face I so often can't. As I do, though, I realize something. She's doing just the same. Wait. I can't help but stare upwards, trying my best to read that face. As I do, though, I realize something. She's doing just the same.
Honey, I hate to break it to you, but no, she's not.
Maybe she's scared of forcing me to do something I don't want to do, or afraid of getting too close too fast. Maybe she's simply like I am, unused to being looked at this intently.
I don't think that's the case.
Either way, she isn't leering over me. Eileen's genuinely unsure what to do next. Whatever the reason, I can't help but smile a little. Did I say something wrong?
She looks like she's burping now.
Hold on, Allison. I was just thinking how you're still the same as ever. What's that supposed to mean? I answer her confusion by lifting my chin a little in invitation, not that I can move much more.
Oh. Ooh. 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 Oh no.
Eve merely stared at me, stuck between the transition of left and right, smushed in between the two-dimensional paper like a fly. Eileen walked over to Eve, wondering, why is my little sister smushed like this? House, enough money to live alone on her parents' dime, trips all the way to Germany. Eileen really did get a good start in life compared to me. It annoys me a little that she doesn't seem to see that, especially when it's her parents paying for her apartment. Painting alone in a room, hiking alone in the woods, living alone in an apartment too big for one person. Is that really independence? Moving out away from her parents, but still relying on them for everything. Try as I might to get closer to Eileen, I can't help but feel like I'm just hanging around her. When I'm looking at her back, is it just because she's always ahead of me? Why shouldn't she turn around to look at me? I wonder what I really am to Eileen. The fact that I can't work out an answer makes me restless. As a lump starts to form in my throat, I quickly decide to wander back inside. All I'm doing is making myself feel worse by dwelling on all this. I should make the most of my time here, given I only have a few days left.
Yes, you should.
Also, that was a weird way to introduce this clip. Hey everybody, I'm that bench right there. The park makes for a peaceful sight as we enter, the three of us slipping between the low wooden barriers as we step from the rough concrete car park onto the snow-covered grass.
This is a park?
God damn, is this where Dasani water is bottled? A bundled-up Eve clings tightly to Eileen and I, with both of her little hands, each of us on either side of her. A bag of old bread swings away at Eileen's other side, destined for the local wildlife. I'll feel like a killjoy to say bread isn't good for them. With the two of us acting as babysitters thanks to Eileen's parents working, we decided it'd be better to head outside than let her vegetate on the couch watching cartoons all day. Tired from the walk, I take a seat on the swings facing the lake as Eileen mothers around Eve. Tugging at the girl's scarf to pull it tight, Eileen hands over the bag of bread for the ducks before ruffling her hair affectionately. Oh, come on, Eileen. Don't you know bread makes ducks' assholes explode? Come on, Eileen. Oh, I swear on my knees. I wonder if that's why Eileen does that to me, now that I think of it. With her sister having finished her fussing, Eve turns and starts for the shore while Eileen watches her intently. Be careful around the water, Eve. "'Kay." Nah, just drown, it's fine. Water's like what, negative 24 degrees Celsius? I don't think Celsius has negatives, does it? I mean, I think it does, but Fahrenheit dips into negatives before Celsius does. The ducks peacefully floating around the still lake start flapping about excitedly, quickly realizing that the girl waddling towards them comes bearing food. Satisfied that Eve isn't going to topple over her and rush a flappa-dappa, Eileen wanders back towards me and seats herself on the other flappa-dappa, all the while keeping a keen eye out for that flappa-dappa. It looks like nobody is here at all. It is getting rather cold, but it's more likely people being busy with the holiday sales. I'd think the lake to be frozen over, given how still it is, save for the birds floating about. She's cute. I don't know how relationships are supposed to go, I don't know. But it feels like we both have very different ideas about it. What am I supposed to say? Is there something more you want from me? I'm just not as clingy as you are. Clingy? I just want to be by your side. You'd have gone off without me the other day if you felt like you could. Yeah, but I was being considerate of your feelings. Is that a problem? It just feels like you'd rather I wasn't there. I like being with you, you know that, but I've been fine on my own all this time too. I don't need you to be there.
Oof, relatable.
Even though I always want to spend more time with her, she doesn't even care whether or not I'm there. You have it so together. I've always admired that about you. Maybe you have it too together. Before coming here, I didn't realize how good a life you left behind when you moved away. To drop everything here, including Eve, to pursue art at a community college. From the way you talked about your family, I thought they must be really hard on you. They just want what's best. I mean, the apartment you have seems like it wouldn't be cheap for them to cover, for one. Because I don't hear that enough from them every time I'm around here. Can we just stop this? I like being around you because you don't bring that stuff up. Is that all you want from me? A quiet girlfriend who doesn't ask questions and leaves you alone? Eileen takes to her feet, her mood significantly souring. While I freeze up, I don't feel like shrinking from her for once. Am I only here to distract you from your parents? You're the one who begged to come. I told you that you could come precisely because I didn't think you'd go sticking your nose into my life. But I want to learn more about you. That's what having a relationship is. That's up to me, not you. This is why you shouldn't have come in the first place. She points in the general direction of her house. I'm used to enduring their crap already. I didn't need you here to make things worse. I'm already hearing from them about how my girlfriend has a better life path than I do. So that's my fault. I think I'm shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. She's literally doing like, I'm literally shaking right now. That was a weak-ass burp. I'm going... I was someone important to Eileen, but I feel more like I'm just being used to make herself feel better while she lives for her work. I know I have my faults. I'm not good enough at art to share the hobby with her, and I was barely even able to help cook a simple dinner. I'm trying to get better, though, and that's thanks in part to her. The image I had of her is starting to become difficult to see. Who was the Eileen I admired? The beautiful girl in the beautiful apartment with the beautiful paintings? This Eileen is someone so at odds with her family, she decided to only care about herself. Wow. Okay, I don't know. I feel like I see this from the two sides. Like, obviously, Eileen is not copacetic, not easygoing. She could do to, you know, she could do to, she could do to, you know, she could do to put out. But also, Allison, dog, this is coming from a place of privilege in some sense, right? And I don't mean that in like a too incredibly political of a way. I just mean like clearly you haven't had a shitty time with your family. She clearly has. Every time you try to sympathize with her family, what you're doing is kind of gaslighting Eileen's feelings. So As I watch her leave hand in hand with Eve, she looks ever further away from me. Maybe she's only so far away because we aren't walking on the same path.
Whatever that fucking means.
Every time I think the game is gonna end because the transitions are so slow, and it's just like, nope, we're back here. The jingle of the old bell above the grocery store rings out as we step through into the street. There's a slight chill to the air, but that hasn't stopped a good few elderly people from hobbling along the town streets. Aside from needing to tell Eve she couldn't have this sugary snack, or that as we walked around, shopping ended up being a quiet affair. Eileen went through the shelves with her usual military efficiency as she ticked off her mental checklist. Yesterday's argument between us hasn't helped, but that's not the only reason for Eileen's quietness. She might not even realize it herself, but it's small things like that which remind me of her solitary nature. That ability to tune others out so easily isn't something that comes naturally, at least to me. For one of helping at least a little, I took one of the overstuffed bags we ended up with to carry myself. Thanks for coming and helping carry all this. It's fine, I wanted to see a bit of the town anyway. Can we soon? I'm tired. It's not that far to the car. Wouldn't hurt to rest a bit, would it? There's a bench right up there.
Ooh, that's right. Dote on the little sister.
Taking Eve's side doesn't win me any favors, but Eileen knows she's being overruled.
Yeah, bitch.
No, I don't know. As Eve jumps back onto the seat without any further prompting needed, Eileen and I carefully set our grocery bags on the ground and join her. Her parents sure chose a nice place to live, more a town than a city. The wooden buildings and stone retaining walls give a distinctly old-fashioned, natural look. Even the Christmas decorations are understated, amounting to the occasional sign behind a shop window. The odd person walks to and fro as we sit back, paying us little heed as they slowly go about their day. Well, I imagined that would literally happen in, like, any occasion ever, but okay. This should be the easiest occasion possible to make idle chatter with Eileen. As time lingers on, though, the silence between us does also. Eve doesn't notice, of course. Her little legs swing up and down as she lazily watches the odd car go past. Or maybe she does, but she just doesn't care, because she's a fucking child and has all the wisdom of nature, and y'all are like, bleh. As she suddenly brightens up and points ahead, Eileen and I follow her gaze. Inside the small ice cream parlor over the road, an old man in a pinstripe uniform turns the sign behind the glass door from closed to open. Don't even think about it. Come on, I've been good. You know what Mom said, you can't just have ice cream whenever you want.
Oh, is someone listening to their mommy now?
Besides, why would you even want ice cream when it's already cold? That's a good... Well, maybe it's hot fudge? Hot fudge sundae? Ooh. Eileen's answer doesn't exactly satisfy the young girl. After a moment's consideration, I take to my feet and start heading over. Allison. I was just feeling like getting some ice cream for myself. Might as well get her one when I'm already there, right? Strawberry! 2 strawberry ice creams coming right up. Nice. What are we doing? This is this is just the part where we're constantly like one-upping Eileen and being like, I'm the nice girl, you little trick. With our sweets quickly devoured, we finish off the last of our cones. They sure serve them large here, but Eve managed to finish off hers even quicker than I did. Maybe eating ice cream is one of those skills kids are just better at. Ah, yes, it is a skill. Okay. Without needing to be asked, Eileen pulls a tissue from a box in the bag and curtly wipes Eve's mouth. I get the feeling she'd enjoy being a mother, given how she fusses about her little sister. As Eileen looks to me, I notice that I'm smiling at her. Eileen sleeps on her side, wrapped around the slumbering Eve, curled up in a ball on top of her bed. Eve must have wanted one last cuddle before tucking in for the night. Bruh, make it like a familial cuddle, yeah! I just smile as I silently look over them, slumbering peacefully together. Even as I look at them, I wonder if I belong in their world. We briefly pushed it from our minds, but I think both of us know that the closer we become, the further apart we felt. With Eileen's peaceful sleeping face lingering in my mind, I gently close the bedroom door and head slowly back down the stairs. It's going to be hard saying goodbye to Eve. It's been nice to have a little sister, and I think she's enjoying having 2 older sisters doting over her just as much. Then there's Eileen. As I try to settle myself before going to bed, I idly notice my phone left on the couch. Taking it in my hand to bring it with me, I pause. Eileen's left hers on the table some distance away, the moonlight glinting off its screen. My heart stings as I turn on my own and unlock the display. Only the oppressive quiet is here to keep me company as I look down, a heavy weight weighing on me as I ponder. Eileen always did enjoy playing with her new phone. In time, she'll hear what I was too cowardly to say. Thinking of the girl I admired so much, I make the call.
What?
It doesn't go answered. She never changed the default voice message. As the uncharacteristically cheerful tone asks me to leave a message, my voice is barely a whisper for fear of waking them. When I said that we had a family with our little art club at college, I really did mean it. It might not be much, but it's ours. You were an important part of that. I pause for a moment, my heart stinging as I think of her. Even if it hurts, I know it needs to be said. Maybe I'm the only one who saw it that way. Maybe it was naive of me to think that way. Maybe I've been having the wrong idea all this time. I think... My throat tightens. I wipe my eyes on my sleeve. I must have looked pretty stupid. I was so excited to be in love and to have a girlfriend that I pushed and pushed to get into your space, but you didn't let me, you didn't want me to. And even now I can't even muster the courage to tell you this when you're awake. I don't know where things will go from here. I want you to be happy, but I don't know if I can be the person who does that for you. In the end, the anger and frustration, I felt that everything is nowhere to be found. There's just an emptiness. I can at least yell and vent to let go of the former, but nothing can fill that hollow feeling. Good night, Eileen. With that, I end the call. Whoa! Silence returns to the dark room once more. Oh god, no, we're just in the 11th hour, right? Question mark, question mark, question mark! The snowfall is thankfully light as I walk through the city, bags in hands from the day's last-minute shopping downtown. People calmly walk to and fro. I really like saying that. The occasional passerby of Eileen's country home replaced by the crowds of downtown Utah. Briefly distracted by the huge Christmas tree, completed just in time for Christmas Eve, I think back to yesterday's events. When all said and done, leaving Eileen's family ended up being a calm affair. I gave her parents my thanks for taking care of me at such short notice, and both said they'd be more than happy to have me again. Eve had also reluctantly come to terms with my leaving by then. Then there was the matter of Eileen. Our sullen farewell was short and sweet, but maybe that was because there wasn't much left to say. Thanks to my time in Colorado, a surprising amount of things I needed to buy before heading back to my family slipped my mind. At least wandering around the city tonight's given me a chance to unwind and set my thoughts straight. Of course my phone starts ringing as soon as I appreciate some time alone to think. Pulling it from my pocket with my free hand, I'm surprised to see it's Dad. Dad, hi!
Hi, Allison. Not catching you at a bad time?
No, it's fine.
Sounds like you're busy. I can barely hear you.
Just wandering about downtown to fill some time and do some errands.
Omori, horimiya hikikomori. Still good to be picked up tomorrow morning?
Yeah, I'll be ready at the apartment with all my stuff. Sorry again about changing everyone's plans.
I told you before, it's fine. Plans already had to change because of your finals. We'll pick you up tomorrow then.
It'll be good to see everyone again. Is Mom doing okay?
She's better, thankfully. You gave a bit of a shock when you said you weren't coming back for so long. We were all shocked. It seemed like you were having a rough time away from home, so I never expected you to go at a state like that.
So they could tell. I feel a little sheepish thinking back.
So you had a good trip then?
I feel a chill as the last few days rush through my head. Game music is all of a sudden turning into this, overly confident, chip tune? I don't even know what to make of this. Wait, hold on. Options, bruh, turn this shit up, dude. Oh my god. Wait, is it the ambiance? No. Sound effects? Oh, it's the sound effects. That's wild. Okay. Eileen? Why is she calling me now of all times? Should I answer? My phone is shaking in my hand. I pick up the call, but I have no idea what to say. Hello? Allison? Allison, where are you right now? She doesn't allow me to get so much as a word out, her voice breathless. I'm back home in Utah. No, I know. So am I. Can we meet somewhere? Where are you exactly? I'm by the Christmas tree in the city square. Okay, stay where you are. As the line goes dead, I'm left dumbfounded. Eileen is coming here? Within moments, I hear a car door slam loudly. Surely she wasn't looking around for me. A familiar figure jogs up as quickly as she can in her high boots, her long strides clinking loudly on concrete. As she slowly pulls up to a stoppa, our eyes finally meet. And so, we stand in the city square next to that large tree. Between us, only the falling snow. Eileen, why are you... What, you didn't want to see me? I almost respond, but sheer surprise stops me from finding the right words. I end up just hanging my head, not knowing how to respond to her snark in such a situation. With my bags weighing down my arms, I set them down. As I look back up, I see Eileen's quip for what it was, a diversion to hide her feelings. She soon realizes I've caught on, her voice turning soft. I found your voice message. I didn't want to leave things as they were. My face flowers into a blush as I grimace from embarrassment. I knew she'd eventually hear it, but it's still embarrassing to think about. As I think back to everything that happened, I feel a pang of regret. Once again, I feel myself shrinking away from her. But haven't I been a pain? Ever since we met, I've only caused you trouble. Yeah, you sure have. There's that sardonic humor again. I can't remember if I ever found it endearing. Why do you do that? Your first response to everything is to try and brush things off with a quip against someone. Only because everyone sticks their nose into my business. Including me, I guess. I follow that up with a dry laugh, yet Eileen's expression doesn't change. I should have expected that, but I feel my chest tighten in response nevertheless. I already had things figured out for myself. As silence reigns, it feels as though we're just repeating the steps we took until now. Nothing's changed. I'm still me, and Eileen is still Eileen. For all I want to get closer to her, she still keeps pushing me away. She came all the way back here to work things out, yet we're still stuck awkwardly trading barbs. Everything we did together, was it only ever a pain to you? I didn't want to say it, but I steel my heart to try and force out the words, tightly holding my arm to try and steady myself. I suppose this is all over then? No! Her shout startles me, the point where she recoils a little from my reaction. I guess we're both getting flustered. Remember, kids, anger is also an emotion. I mean, that's not what I meant. Reminding us that we're not alone, a small child goes running by us as her mother runs after her. The distraction gives Eileen time to reason through all of this.
And as for me, the distraction gives me a chance to end the part. Mwahahaha. Stay tuned for part 9. The last part? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark? I have to fart.
Hey everybody, this is Ryan Sierre, your favorite chocolatey eclair. Thanks so much. Reminding us that we're not alone, a small child goes running by us as her mother runs after her. The distraction gives Eileen time to reason through all of this, while I try my best to ignore the stinging of my heart. Everything is so confusing right now. Every day was the same, living alone in my apartment and working away in that art room. I thought I was fine being alone until you came into my life and messed everything up. When I thought you might actually really be gone, I realized how lonely I was. I meant what I said earlier. I can forget all my worries around you. I don't have to work hard and worry about being my best. I don't have to prove anything. And I thought you'd understand. I didn't expect you to take my parents' side. I didn't think you'd try to tell me I'm making the wrong choices. My heart sinks. Is that how it looked to her, like I betrayed her? How could I? I've always seen what her parents can't. She's serious about painting. If there's one thing I know about her, it's that. Why would I want to ruin that world of hers that I found so fascinating? But when I thought I might lose you, I realized you were right. For all I talked big about how you should try new things in college, I was the one pushing everyone away and trying to stay the same. As I try to think of how to explain myself, I realize Eileen's eyes have become moist. It's such a strange sight that I completely lose track of what I was going to say. Eileen? I don't want to lose you, Allison. I don't want to lose you, Allison. I want to try again. Moments pass as I think over her words, trying to sift through my emotions. She looks so different now, her proud stature somehow smaller and more fragile. She's scared. I made her play the fucking scary Exorcist maze game. Seeing her in this state puts me on the brink of tears as well. I know my answer already, given how seeing her like this affects me. I only ever wanted to be the person closest to you. Why would I want to ruin that world of yours when it's what brought us together? Let's try again, Eileen.
Oh my god. Is that a Super Saiyan?
Without warning, she pulls me into an embrace, arms wrapped tightly around me. My brain short-circuits as she begins to weep, completely unable to handle the situation. I have no idea what to say as she clutches me tightly to her shuddering body. My own composure barely holding as my arms slowly raise and come around her back. Oh, I see now. Come on, Eileen. That was a reference to Come on, Eileen. Eileen's finally cracked under the pressure. That wall she carefully built up over so many years finally crumbling down at once. I hold her tightly to me as she cries, trying my best to comfort her. She's here and in my arms. This vulnerable and honest girl is for only me to see, my own eyes only barely staying dry. This Eileen is one I've never seen, but she's the Eileen I've fallen for all over again. Wait, you mean Wallace hasn't seen this? There's no way. There's no way! Thank you, Allison. I feel a lump in my throat as I stroke her hair, trying my best to soothe her. I love you, Allison. I love you. Holding her... That made her sound way too boyish. Holding her close as her words are muffled into my shoulder, I close my eyes and savor the feeling of her against me. Eileen loves me. This feeling, this warmth throughout my entire body as I hear those words. I guess I really am in love with this hopeless girl. And I love you. Let's do this together. Let's play Apex Legends together. We're such different people with wildly different backgrounds and worlds of our own. As long as the two of us can let each other in, though, we can build a life together. Side by side, we can start here. It's okay, Eileen. Welcome home. Welcome home.
Oh my god, the game's actually over. Holy shit, we did it. Oh my god, what?
Oh my god. No way. No frickin' flippin' pissin' pants pissin' way, dude. Thank you, Akotan, Kura, James J, Shiz, Allmaker. I feel like, you know, the last time I recorded a bunch of credits for a visual novel Let's Play, YouTube copyright striked it, so I'm gonna say, I love this, and this is really adorable, and I personally thought, the only thing that I have that I want to say as criticism about the game right now is Allison is such a self-insert character, and she doesn't really change in the game, does she? She kinda does. She obviously comes up... Alright, well... Gotta love Salty Salty Studios and Bell House. Thank you. Thank you. Yo, shout out to Bell House and Salty Salty, man. My gosh. I don't know what to... So, this game, I wouldn't necessarily say off the top of my head, I don't have the impulse to say, oh yeah, this is one of the best visual novels I've ever played. But you know what? It very well might be. Because it's so unique and it's so well put together.
This is so exciting, Haley!
Excuse me? Wait, there's voice acting?
Uh-huh.
It's a long time coming, too. Do you know if Millie knows yet?
What the
I haven't
fuck?
talked to her since this morning.
What?
Ooh, I can't wait to see her reaction. I'm gonna say something as soon as she gets home.
Don't you think maybe she should hear it from them?
Aw, but I really want to tell her.
What the shit is going
I
on?
get it. But, you know...
Millie!
Hello. Got some stuff.
Alright, so this is not too far off from where I thought their voice was going to be. Caprice is obviously going to be higher in register. Millie is going to be lower in register. That's kind of what I was going for,
Welcome
effectively.
back. Took a while.
Haley was not in the game, I don't think, so...
There's so many people out there today.
I love
Guess
this.
it's the post-holiday rush.
I love this.
Let's not.
Millie! Millie, have you heard the news?
Oh my god!
I was at my dad's shop half the day.
And...
And what?
Car trouble again?
Unfortunately.
Maybe it's time for a new one.
That's what Dad said too. He even offered to help pay for it.
Oh my god, Haley is so much like Eileen. What is this? No wonder Caprice was not put off by Eileen. She's already used to it
You
at
don't
home.
sound too thrilled.
But what would you do with this one? Trash it?
Wait, how long is this going on for? Wait. Hold on. We're gonna save. Is this called something? A hard secret to keep. Wait, oh my god, what? There's a whole other... Are you fucking... Hey everybody, this is Ryan Sierra. Okay. So, oh my god, when you beat the game, apparently the loading screen changes. You have these two now cuddling together over the balcony. That is awesome. Okay, so... I don't know how to put my thoughts and feelings into words right now. I got two things I want to say about the beginning of the game, and then I'm going to end this part, because this last part has gone on for so freaking long. Thanks for watching this far, if you've watched this far. If not, leave a dislike. Just hate me. First thing is, this visual novel, I will say, is I've never come across one quite like this before. This is so unique. This is such a new experience for me, and I know originality is subjective because it obviously is based off of what you've seen up to this point, but it's so original. Like, I really have not seen a VN like this before, so it's so striking, and it's gonna stay with me for years to come. So I had a really good time playing this game. Other than that, Allison kind of felt like a self-insert character. She felt like she didn't change a whole lot aside from coming out of her shell. And then the ending of the game is sort of kind of her getting Eileen to change, you know? But that's a huge step for Eileen, to go from snide and, like, overconfident and hyper-independent to, like, vulnerable and crying in her girlfriend's arms, whereas Allison is just gradually just kind of going from incredibly shy to just like an ambivert, or like a not shy introvert, which is, I guess, what I would say I am. Holy fuck. This was such a good game. Oh, my feelings about it get warmer and warmer as time passes. Well, that's the episode, that's the part, and that's the Let's Play. It is 2 in the morning right now. Holy frickin' holy. This game does not make me want to go to Utah, though. Unlike literally every other visual novel I've played, where I've been like, oh crap, I want to go where that's taking place. But that's okay. Utah's fine without me. Have a good night, Utah. Have a good night, YouTube? Yeah? Yeah, we good, yeah? Hey everybody, this is Ryan Sierra, your favorite chocolatey eclair. Thanks so much for checking out my amateur voice acting. Leave a like if you liked it. Leave a comment if you want to give feedback. Thanks so much.